Old man PHP. I create PHP video tutorials for the old guys who want to learn a new skill and compete with the young crowd. Video 115S. Yes, we're almost finished. We're going to be talking about, on the next video, we'd like to talk about the graph. You know how we got data structure, we got also graph structure, and I want to talk about that too because it's kind of part of it. Okay, and I'll show you that on the next video. Then after that video, we're going to continue with the big O. Okay, and that's about it. Now to take your PHP skills to the next level, you can use higher order functions, you know, because we do have a lot of built-in functions that we can use to do some of the things that we do. So these allows you to like manipulate your hash maps, which you already know. It's an associative arrays without writing any manual for each loop. Loops, many loops, like for loops, while loops, for each loops. Now making your code cleaner, more professional, you know what I mean? So we got something called I'll tell you what, let me see what we have here. I did start the, no, that's not it. Let's put this guy here. Okay, right here. And this is it right here. 115S, okay? We got something called, remember the array? I showed you this before when we were dealing with, what was it? Maybe 6-7 months ago? Array underscore filter, right? When you're searching the map, right? Now if you use this when you want to extract like a subset of your map, like based on a specific condition, so use that. I'm sorry, not that. What am I looking at here? Use that. Tell you what, let's just go like this. Now remember what I tell you, I'm going to be talking about in between stuff, so stuff I'm not going to write down, and I will have it written down because like I mentioned before, I do record my conversation all the time, not other people's. I'm talking about this stuff that we're doing. So let's do a little, let me show you what an associative array is. Let me see what we got here. We'll say users. Remember how we started out like that, right? That's an array. You can do this too. Remember I told you? Oh man, you know, I woke up this morning with a pain on my side. You can do this, see, to create an associative array. But come on, this is the best way to do it. We're going to do an associative array, right? Which the value itself have separate values. So we'll do something like, let's bring this down. We'll do something like user underscore 1, and then you go like this, right? That's how you do the associative array. When you use these stuff like this, that's for objects, right? Like when you're using methods and properties of an object that you created from a class. Anyway, and I think you already know that anyway. So we'll go like this, and then within there, we'll go like, let's say name, right? And that's Alex right there. We'll do that, and then we'll do, what else? Sorry guys. How about the point? We'll do like points, like how many points you had. I don't know, something like that. But you know, you'll be able to get to use a lot of this stuff in real life anyway. And then of course, how you going to move on to the next one? You put a comma, and then you say, let's do, you know, something so I don't have to repeat myself. Let's do this. Boom and chakalaka, boom. Anyway, we'll go like this, and then you go to, and let's see, how can we change this? Let's change to my friend. I got a friend, my name is Alex. My friend's name is Alex, and I have a Sam, and I do have a Jordan. Let's see. Let's do and 200 on this one. This doesn't look good. You see anything weird about this? I don't know. What does it say? T. Oh, you know what it is? Let me see. If I say users, this is what this is. Then I have my first one, which, oh, what's wrong with you, brother? What's wrong with you? Okay, now, thank you very much for helping me out. And then we want to do, let's say, $high underscore score. Scores like that. Maybe we'll do something like I told you, array underscore filter. Excuse me, and then we'll say $users, and then we're gonna say a function which is the anonymous function, doesn't have a name. That becomes a closure, and then you like this, and you say $user like this. And wait a minute, something's up. Huh. Something did not work right. Let me see. I gotta. What is that command? I wish I could remember what the hell is these stupid commands. Oh no, it is a function, so of course I go like this. That moves that down. Let's put this in here. And then we can just add, let's say, return $user, and then we'll go, what is it? Points, because I want to look at the points. And I want something that's greater, oops, a daisy. I want something that's greater than, like this. Then you go like this, then you got it. See, basically you're gonna run this filter, which is a built-in, right? You're gonna add this guy in here. You're gonna give him that, and then you're gonna give him a function. Now, when you do a function, remember these little brackets? Where are we with these little? All right, here. This is the little brackets, and within that bracket, now see this parentheses? This belongs to this parentheses. That goes below that. That goes with this guy. And then, of course, since you are running a function and has no name, it's an anonymous function, you still need to do something with it, right? It could have been a whole bunch of stuff that you wanted to do, but in this case, you want to return a username and points, because we want this guy, points. And we want something that's more than 100. I think that's what it would do it. And then we'll go like this. We'll say print underscore R, because we want to see it, right? And we'll say hi. Scores. And let's see if we can do this. Okie dokie and the poke. Okay, let's see. We go like this. We save it. Ah, there you go. And it looks ugly. So what we're gonna do is, since it is a print, let's do the echo. Remember the pre-format. Let's copy this. Let's copy this. Oh man, the little dog. Well, that little dog that kind of did his number did several videos ago. He's back. Oh boy. Let's see. Let's save this. So it'll look good, you know. Ah, there you go. 200. Let's see. Wait, I wanted 150. How come it didn't come up? Something happened here. Signal a song, singing a song, singing the song. You know, that's okay, because what I'm going to be doing is using the for. I mean, I could. You do the filter, you do this users, function, user greater than 100, but it should have given me the other one. 2. Somehow. What's up with you, though? That's such strange things. Usually, well, we'll come back to it, because we're going to be doing a for loop. So that way we get that. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll come back to that one. That's a good one. But anyway, it's still over 100. It gave me 200. Should have given me 150. Oh. Excuse me. I see my problem. This. Thank you, whoever mentioned it to me. That should have been my problem. It should have been the problem. Users. I should have never done it. Well, the Jordan, of course, I'll get that. But I should have gotten another one too. I should have gotten that's a strange thing. Somebody was telling me that some of these things don't work well. Hey, stop it. Stop it. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to have to walk over there and see what the hell is going on. Oh, my God. You know, pets. It's a good dog, though, you know. It's real small. I mean, it's not like the real small one that I had. Miniature Dotson. He died. Then we had a pit bull. And then, you know, we'll put him to sleep. And the other one we'll put him to sleep. This one, I think he's 12, 13 years old. But he's small. He's like a jackrabbit. Oh my God, he can run. Oh my God. Kangles, you know what I like? I love pit bulls, but I also love Kangles. And those Alibi, Asian Shepherds. Oh, big dogs. I like big dogs. All right. So we're going to do. Huh. That's the most strangest thing. Oh. So you will get just done. Alright, let's go to the next one, because I don't want to make this a long one. So it'll probably come up anyway. So then there is a perfect way of like tuning, like turning a what is that? Complex submap into a single value, like a total of sum or a combined string. I told you to stop that. And we're going to do it like here. So let's do this one. We're going to create another one. Let's go here, right? Oh my God. How is this possible? Then, I'm sorry guys, it's just, sometimes he does things that are like, oh my God, didn't I just, you know, I don't punish dogs, I don't hit them or nothing. I just give them a little stern, loud noise. They don't like it, so there's a little space here. Let's give it a little spacey. Oh, let's see it. Huh. I'm gonna try something else too in a second. Let's see. Let's try this one. Let me see what we got. Let's try. Let me see. How much is a stupid mouse? $25, right? And what's the keyboard? Keyboard would be board. That's how you spell. How much are those things? Are they $75? $75? 75? Maybe 75? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe let's put a little space here, make it look good. And then, of course, I want to calculate the total prices, right? So I'm going to say dollar total, and that will be equal to, those are some strangest things. Remember how we, what was it called? Reduce. I kind of showed you this a long time ago, too. I mean, like a long time ago. And then we have an anonymous function. Then we're going to say dollar carry. And we're going to say dollar price. Maybe I'm spelling stuff wrong. I don't know. And this one would be that, of course. Now, what I want to do is I want to return plus the price of the price. What would it be? Let me see. Let's say we'll do this instead, and then we'll go like this. Now we're doing the function. We do this one. We're returning this one. Then we're gonna say comma. Oh, reduce. You always gotta have that separate second one, which is okay. Maybe I have the. Maybe this will work. How about if we echo? Man, we just had a snowstorm. Oh my God, 18 inches. I know Maine got a lot more than that, man. That's for sure. And then I'm gonna say the total. No, don't do this. No, not okay. Now I should see something like if I added these two together, what it would be 70. What is it? $1,300 maybe. All right, let's see what it looks like. And then, come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. There you go, $1,300. And then, of course, you got something called a array. Let me see. Let me put this over here. Array underscore map. Remember that we saw that wrong place. We're gonna say array underscore map. What? Wait a minute. What's going on here? Is my even thing working? Okay. Oh boy. Array underscore map. Right? Let me see. Let's go over here. Okay, good. And then we'll have something like because that's, you know, when you use that, you're transforming a value, right? Value. Use this when you want to modify, you know, every value in your hash map at once. So if I kind of, what would be a good example? Well, we are dealing with prices. So how about we just go and say dollar prices, and then we're gonna say like this, item 1. And that will be, is it, oops. And then you say, let's say 10. And then you say your second item would be, oh my God, I tell you myself, I just had a 3 sliders, but mostly like maybe with 2 breads, you know. And it was like, I guess it was a total of 6 meats patty. You know, I do 2 of each bread needed, and then so then what I did was I went ahead. So look, I had a little bit, not a milkshake, something that I did before with the protein, and I just took a sip of it, and then now I'm like getting a stomach ache. Why don't I learn? All right, so we got it here, right? And then we're gonna want to apply a 10% tax to all prices, right? Let's say. How about we write it down here? Let's apply 10% percent tax to all prices. You know, people are saying, oh, you got nice videos. It's like old school. It's like, yeah, me. Somebody was saying, they were like, I'm there next. It's like me sitting here because I keep saying the same thing. And it's comfortable, but the actual stuff that I provide, you know, right down in the description, and of course the, you know, the examples are clear, and then of course they say that I, you know, run into trouble all the time, but we end up fixing it, so it's refreshing. I'm like, thank you very much, I appreciate that. All right, let's do this, and then I'll go price. I mean, that's my intention anyway. I don't want people to feel like they in their class. You know why? They'll get bored. And then I go, let's do the function, right? Anonymous function. That means it doesn't have a name, right? Then you go price. And then you're gonna go like this. Let's put this here. And then I'm gonna say, because I want to do the 10%, I'm gonna say return dollar price times like 1.10. I'm gonna make it look real, you know what I mean? And then I'll say, okay, that will be the prices right here. But wait a minute, I think I know what prices, like that. And then what you want to do is you want to echo some stuff, right? So you'll say, let's put oops. Come on, what is it with you? Dollar taxed underscore prices. And then you're going to say item 1. What's up? Oh man. Okay, come on, phone. What the hell? Alright, let's see if this, let me see. Listen, it work. It might work. It might work. I'm looking at it. I'm feeling like it will work. I mean, as long as I spell everything right. I mean, let's see. Oh, you know something? I would love. How about if I do this too? You know what I mean? Guess I like to jump 2 lines. Let's do this. See, this is why it's very important to use the built-in functions. Yes, I showed you how to do things, like especially with the bubble wraps. The reason I've always pointed to that, because that's a little complicated, right? It's like a lot of ways, steps and stuff of doing it, a few lines of code, and it does work. It does work, but you know, if you want to make it more professional, and you know that's going to work more because there's already a built-in function built by the people who built PHP. It's going to work better. Use that instead. You can even combine those 2 type of things. You know, let's see if it works. There you go. 11. What happens if I did? What is this? Why is the people? I don't know, man. I'm thinking to myself. I just like to see. Oh, it's still up. There you go, 1%. So if you got 1, that's it. Oh, there you go, 1%. And of course, it would be 11. There you go. See how PHP handles what is it? The hash maps internally is that under the hood, PHP's array is a hash table combined with a linked list. Remember the linked list? It's combined. That's what basically what hash tables are, and the maps. So This is oh my God, the wind's blowing like crazy. And then there is a unique this, you know, in a way this is unique because it allows PHP to do two things at once, right? So you get direct access. And by the way, all the stuff I'm saying, I am recording. It'll be on the description, okay? So what was I saying? What was I saying? That it has, you know, that two things at once. It does two. Sorry. It has direct access, right? So it looks up a key instantly. You know, and when you instantly, it becomes a, what is it? Oh, one. When you find things real fast, right? And then you got the order preservation, right? Remember that the order in which you added items, which most standard hash maps do not do. Oh my God, my eyes. Give me a second. Oh boy. So the common gotchas is in PHP, right? So the key overriding, if you use something like, I don't know, like dollar array, brackets, let's say number 1 equals to A, and you got another one equals to B. So the second one will overwrite that first one. So if you kind of did, let me see. Let me move this down. There you go. So if you kind of do, let me see, like something like this, and you go, like something like, and you do dollar, oh my God, ARR, see that? Watch. So it looks at it and it goes equals to B. So the second one will overwrite that other one because it still looks at it as number 1, even though the other one has a this you know, because what happened? Let me see. If I did like this, something like that, then this here will overwrite this here. And you said, well, how could that be? Because the second one will overwrite that first, because PHP converts numeric strings into integers for keys. For the keys, it does that. And of course, in memory, right? Common gotchas in PHP is that memory, you know, because it deals with, they have to deal with memory, because PHP stores extra pointers to maintain the order of an array, right? So the PHP, what is that? Hash map uses more memory than a raw array in C++ or Java, and others, right? So in PHP, any anonymous function, a function without a specific name, which we kind of did right here, doesn't have a name, as you can see between it, right? Without specific name, it is, you know, it's technically an instance of a closure class. Closure. Even though you ain't closing over or importing any external variables like from another parent scope in a specific, let's say like a snippet or other things, it is still classified as a closure. And then you're wondering, let me write that down like this. In JavaScript, you have to really know the closures. PHP has the closures. I'm sorry. So I guess I'm going to ask this question is, why is this a closure? That's a question you have to ask. Let's put this out the way because I hate these little things, right? And the thing is that in modern PHP development, like the term anonymous function and closures are often used interchangeably. It's like the same thing. So here is a breakdown of why I believe is Well, I already wrote it down here, right? These are closures. What was the other one? This one was a closure. Because, oh man, what would be a good example? See, it doesn't have a name like a function, right? Like get high scores, like I did before. It's defined right where it's used, right? And on a closure class, when you define a function this way, right, when you do it like this, uh, PHP internally creates an object for you, you know what I mean, of the closure class. So the potential for scope is fantastic. Wow, your example only uses this internal, what is this? Like these little stuff like, what is it? Like these here, like this one right here. Internal user, right? Because in a closure is a man, what can I gotta say, man? Because I was doing this so much in PHP, and even in JavaScript. It's like JavaScript is so more important. But like, look, it's like a superpower, right? The ability to use like a keyword to access a variable from outside its immediate block and works is because of the closure. You might look at it and say, "Well, how could this be? How could this be a part of the?" Remember how you can't really use another function? You can't use uh, a variable from another function unless you call it inside there and then put the variable like I showed you before, or you can enclose it in another function, making it a closure, meaning that you'd be able to get to it, like if it was on the same scope. Now the comparison between a standard and a variable capturing one is, it's something when you get a little better at this stuff, you're gonna see. Oh, I can see the closure. I can see why I'm able to use a variable from one function, right, to another one. As long as you close it around each other, like these parentheses, and in this case the word function, right? In JavaScript, you just do parentheses around the whole thing, because it looks at it like, oh, it's all within the same function, which is a weird, right? So, so listen, in modern PHP, right now, I was using PHP 7.4 higher. I think that's what it is. I'm I'm not using 8 yet. I think I am. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to check. But some things don't work on 8. I mean, that you will use because a lot of things got deprecated, so you have to do it differently. But you can actually write this even more concise using arrow functions. Well, because I know it's just weird that that new PHP stuff. Maybe I'll do another like the I don't know the features of new features of PHP under the version 8 because there's stuff that's deprecated that you don't have to use that won't work or will not be supported in 8. You know what I mean? So there's these things called the arrow functions. So the arrow functions are like also closures. It's like having the word function around it or parentheses in JavaScript, but they capture the outside scope automatically. So if you define like the data, let me see if I can do I have a, I don't know, I wanted to do something completely, how about if I use, let's take this out. Ooh, let's not take that out, let's just copy this and then put it here. See if I'm going to make it work. Let's get this out. And the reason why we're getting this error is because, oh, that's right, I'm using 7 point something. That's what it is. And if I did this, let me see, it would be name and then what is it? Alex, Sam, Jordan. Now let's set the threshold. Let's set this. Let me see. Threshold. Let's see. Like this. Okay. Well, let's make it 100, right? I really hate this. I'm gonna use another one, so that's how I know. I'm not using version 8. I don't know why these people just don't. I don't know. Maybe they'll kill things. Maybe they shouldn't even touch it. Sometimes when you change it to different versions of certain things, it kills your stuff. Okay, so let's say we filter the array. How about that? So we'll say hi. Do I have this one? Who cares? Let's just write it up myself. Equals to. Wait a minute. Yeah. I go like this, and then I go filter. And then, wait a minute, do I even have this thing? Why am I, what was I doing before? Yeah, I guess I can do it like that. Yeah, we'll do it like that. So we'll do this one, user, and then we'll say fn. Remember the word font? Let me see. Like over here, we're not using that, we're using this right here, fn. And then within that fn, we're going to say $user. Like that, and then we're gonna go like this, and then we use these. I might do a little space. Doesn't matter, it's just I like to look, it has to be clear so people can see. And then I go like this, and I say points, like that. And then I go the arrow, and then you do this. Maybe I should have just left that on one line. Yeah, let's do that. We'll do dollar. Make sure it's spelled right. Alright, and then you go. Now, if you want to view the results, right? So what do? Let's say print-r. Tell you what. Let's fix this a bit. Let's say echo. Then we'll say echo. The old pre. Oh, my legs are killing me. Let's copy this guy. Put him over here. And that little closing. Like that. And what I wanted to put here, I wanted to put this one. Let's see. The chance say this is less than, it's bigger than this guy. And you go like this. Uh-oh, something happened. You see it, guys? This shouldn't be a problem. This shouldn't be a problem. Oh. It's telling me that $user, why? Because I'm using it from back here. Okay, so should I go like this? Do this instead? Maybe that'll work. don't know, sometimes when you have to why isn't this working? This is strange. But if I do this, let's see. Echo. We'll do this, and then we'll say $users to. I'm not looking. I don't know what I'm seeing here. And then I'm gonna say this. I just want to see something. Sing the songs. Huh. Oh, this is the problem right here. Get it out of there. There you go. You see it? How it disappeared? Huh. Now this is because we're using a version that's not there, but it will work. Which is a strange thing. I mean, it's just. Let's see. There you go. See? See, in this one here, it made it work better. I wanted the 150, I wanted 200, but up here, I didn't want to do it. It's the most strangest thing ever. If I went up, where was I? Where did it go? Was it here? Huh. Let me see. My comparison. It's the same thing I did before. Why I always think that way? The most strangest thing ever. Huh. Wait, we don't have to do this anymore. But that's okay. We can leave it on. Echo. It's an array. Yes, it's an array. They're telling me that. Where is it? That this is an array. Okay, I get it. Let me see something. Yeah, that's what I do a lot of times. Sometimes I can just do. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's an array. Okay. So we go. Oh, okay. We jump down here. It's an array. If I move. Oh, see how I did it here? That's why I took it nicely, because I did a regular function the way it is. This here it represents a function, an anonymous function, because it uses that arrow, which is such a weird thing. I don't like doing it that way though, but hey, I did it. It's 100, that's 100, this would have worked out nicely. Wait a minute. Now, wait. No. It shouldn't have been a problem. So, well, I spelled it this way, but I guess it's okay. I guess I spelled it right. This is just like that. And I did the filter users. I just added this. It doesn't make any difference. Then you got your filter function. Points to the pointer, which I'm getting that information with no problem, right? And of course it's greater than this 100, which is why this worked. I was just wondering why somehow this one didn't work. I mean, it worked, but only one. It's because maybe supposed to do that. Such a strange thing. This is, I don't understand. I'm going to have to call these people. So listen, why are we not on version 8? I mean, I don't know. It's good stuff anyway, because you're going to use that anyway. So the way it works, right, when you do, let me see, where is it? Right here? This right here? The way it works is that the arrow function, the fn, where is it? Right here, arrow, right? This. So the arrow function, right, these automatically should capture the variables. Usually you could just say Where is it? Like function, like that. Where is it? Thought I wrote it. I thought I had another one. Oh yeah, right here. So when you do, so what happens is it captures the variable from that parent scope. In older version, which I'm using, PHP version, that older one, I think it's 7.4, I think it is 0.42. You will have to use like what we're doing. Which, where is it? This, like this. We will have to be using like this, like that, right? Or something in this nature, like function, remember $user, I don't know, something's going on. And then you say something like, I don't know, some, like this. Let's move this over like that. You have to use something like this, you know what I mean? Because to the preserve keys, like that what is that? The array filter, underscore filter, that preserves the original keys, which is of the array, right? And if, let's say, Alex, what is it? If Alex, right, was at 0 and Charlie at 2, was Sam at 2, then the high score array will still have what is that, index 0 and 2 in it. So that when you want to print something from there, like 2 or 0, 2 or 3 or whatever it is, you will get it because it's in the function. It's already there. Look, it's built in. It's inside. This is, see this right here? This is a function. And it has this parentheses and then this parenthesis. But within that now this one, you need two different arguments or parameters. You need this one, which displays what this is, right? The array. And then this is the anonymous function. And this just give it a name. That could be anything, right? And then you say, you give that a name. It captures that information variable and it puts it in here. Puts it in here. So now when you're ready to write it, it'll give you, you know, the ones that are higher, as you can see from this guy right here, that is a higher number than the 100. Don't pay attention to this. This is because of my version, and it works. You saw it. You know, like if you needed to, like you could have put this whole. Matter of fact, you could have put this whole thing within another function called array underscore values. Remember how that, when you do that, it gives you the values of an associative array. Remember that one? And then the other one, array underscore, what was the other one? Keys. That will give you just the keys. But if you put that whole thing in there, that results array to start back at index 0. And it wraps your function in an array values. And then you just have to call it up. I know it's just such a strange thing. That's okay, because as you go along, you will learn more and more. There's things that, listen, I know a lot of PHP. I used to do so many different things. And there's things that, you know, hey, yeah, I remember this. Oh, yeah, I do that. And then there's things we, hey, but don't remember. You're like, yeah, there is a thing. Then you look it up. That's why you got to go to, what is that? The name of the actual name. You should go here because you can learn a lot. You know, I have been actually adding this to the description below on all of them, but it's called php.net, like this, and whatever the docs, you know, .php is. You get this? Let's put this over here. Well, this is going to be included in the description. But if you go there, you can get to see a lot of stuff. Anyway, we got to the bottom. We're going to start talking about this thing called the graph that we talked about, the graph structure too. That way, so you can make a graph, right? So I'll talk about that on the next video. Anyway, we're in the end. This is the end of everything. Like I said, man, Until next time, a good night, man.